In relationships, there is not only verbal communication, but also nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is the process of one person stimulating meaning in the mind of another person or persons by means of nonverbal messages, according to Richmond, McCroskey, and Hickson, 2012, page 14. There are many ways to communicate nonverbally, such as eye contact, shaking hands, patting the back, hugging, kissing, sharing, pushing, etc. Different relationships use different nonverbal communication. The relationships I will be focusing on are friends, family, boss, and partner. Friends will use every type of nonverbal communication while communicating. There are no filters or rules with friends. If a friend is mad at the other, besides screaming and cursing, he or she could stick up their middle finger at their friend. Close friends have inside jokes. They could give each other a certain look and bust out laughing without having to explain to each other what they are thinking. Let's say I'm telling my friend about a boy I like and she's on the phone scrolling through Instagram. That will let me know that she doesn't want to hear what I'm saying, even though she doesn't verbally say it. Next, let's talk about family. When it comes to family members, we communicate differently with our parents than we would with our siblings. When I see a full trash bag sitting by the door, I know that it needs to be taken outside. Because if it sits there until after my mom gets off work, I know I'm going to get an earful. The silent treatment is a form of punishment, a way of attempting to control your partner or others into doing what you want them to do. It is a withdrawal of approval and can cause much fear in people who are vulnerable to this, as stated on www.yourtango.com by Dr. Margaret Paul. So, one weekend your family was on the way to a family reunion in Kentucky. Your brother and you could not agree on where to stop and eat. You wanted Chinese food, and he wanted Taco Bell. Your parents are going to keep driving until you both agreed on where to eat. You wanted Chinese food, and you are not going to change your mind. So you gave him the silent treatment until he finally gives in 2 hours later. At the family reunion, everyone hugged and smiled at each other to show how much they missed each other. In the workplace, it's inappropriate to communicate with hugs and silent treatment. In the healthcare, we get to meet our patients' family members and friends, and when we do, we greet them with a handshake. When my boss is speaking to me, I give them eye contact to express that I am paying attention. I leave some space between my coworkers and myself to keep from intruding their space while interacting with them. Having a positive attitude lets the boss know that you're excited to work. Yawning and frowning signals that a person is tired and/or bored. Last but not least, there is nonverbal communication with your partner. After years, or for some, months, a boyfriend will give his girlfriend a promise ring. That ring is communicating commitment. A guy doing that means that he is in love and serious about a future together with his girlfriend. A girl nodding, crying, screaming, and jumping is another way of saying, yes, she will stay committed. A girl reacting by just staring or by being speechless shows hesitation. Couples show their affection for one another by kissing or cuddling. As stated earlier, verbal communication is not the only type of communication. Nonverbal communication can get a point across just as well. Different relationships use different communication. Kissing, silent treatment, middle fingers, and scrolling through Instagram is something you cannot do around your boss. Although friends, family members, bosses, and partners can all hug, smile, and shake hands. Nonverbal communication is a great way to communicate in relationships. Just be careful how you use them.